The Southwest DeKalb Panthers, led by head coach Buck Godfrey, came into the 1995 season ranked #1 in the state and #4 in the nation. The preseason expectations were at an all-time high for a program that graduated 33 seniors from a 13-1 team that lost to Valdosta in the state semifinal game at the Georgia Dome in one of the most exciting games ever played in Georgia high school history. But this year's team was young, only returning 5 starters. Most of the preseason hype and hope was based on the return of All-American quarterback Quincy Carter and a quick and powerful running back, Arvin Richard, a young man they called Bam Bam. The 1995 Southwest DeKalb team will go down as the team that won the big one. This is the story of their dream season and their road to the state championship. Panther Pride, 1995, going for the gold. On opening night against LaGrange, the Panthers fell behind by 7 in the third quarter before exploding in the second half for 4 straight touchdowns. Fullback Gerald Dennis rumbled in from 10 yards out to tie the score at 14. Then the Southwest defense took over and shut out LaGrange the rest of the way. Quarterback Quincy Carter was on target throwing for 218 yards and hitting his new deep threat Angelo Taylor for a 55-yard touchdown. Late in the game, the Panthers reached into their bag of tricks as running back Arvin Richard threw back to the quarterback Carter for another score. Southwest DeKalb dominated the second half, and the Panthers won easily 34-14. In week 2 against Stone Mountain, the Panthers dazzled the Pirates. Backup quarterback Michael Moran got the ball on a reverse and threw a 74-yard bomb to a wide-open Angelo Taylor, who had a big night with 130 yards receiving and 2 TDs. Running back Arvin Bam Bam Richard led the ground attack with 131 yards and an electrifying 60-yard touchdown as the Panthers rolled up 321 yards in the first half. Junior linebacker Cortez Allen led a defense that held Stone Mountain to 7 first-half points. Moran headed 2 more touchdown tosses in the second half, and the Panthers buried the Pirates 42-21. Next up was another region battle against Mays at Pantherville Stadium. Southwest also relied on their option game for some big plays against the Raiders. Big Double D Darryl Dupree pressured the Mays quarterback, and Stephen Harris intercepted as the Southwest DeKalb defense held the Raiders to only 51 yards of total offense and recorded their first shutout of the year. Late in the game, backup running back Marcus Ridley ran it in for the final score as the Panthers routed the Raiders 54-0. The Panthers came into week #4 against Columbia, averaging 510 yards a game, and the offense continued to roll. Arvin Richard led the way with 161 yards and 3 touchdowns as Southwest built a 28-0 halftime lead. The defense shut down Columbia and did not allow a first down the entire first half. The Panthers squashed the Eagles 42-14. Week 5 was the most exciting game of the regular season, and it came against South DeKalb rival Redan. It was a shootout as the Panthers held a slim 1-point halftime lead. Late in the third quarter, Carter connected with Micah Hall on a touchdown that put Southwest up by 8 points. Down 28-20, Redan Shaka Hilton directed a 65-yard scoring drive and tossed a 2-point conversion to tie the game with only 4 minutes to play. The drama was just beginning to unfold. Arvin Richards' fumble into the end zone was recovered by Darryl Dupree to give the Panthers a 7-point lead and what looked like the winning score with less than a minute left to play. But Redan never gave up as Warren Broughton returned the kickoff 85 yards for the tying touchdown. Lightning struck again, but this time it was Bam Bam. who outran the Redan special team for an unbelievable 82-yard touchdown. Southwest held on in this mid-season shootout, 41-35. It was homecoming for the Panthers in Week 6. Southwest DeKalb destroyed North Atlanta 48-0. Southwest DeKalb started Week 7 with a bang as Fred McCrary returned the opening kickoff for a quick 7-0 lead. The SWD defense dominated the first half with 3 interceptions and 2 sacks and pressured the McNair quarterback all night. Quincy Carter and Arvin Richard hooked up on a lovely option play that put the Panthers up 21-0. Bam Bam finished with 143 rushing yards, and senior wideout Brandon Hanks caught his first touchdown of the year. The Panthers built a 42-0 halftime lead and cruised to a 49-8 win over the Mustangs. Week number 8 brought on the much-anticipated region title showdown with always dangerous Douglas. After a scoreless first quarter, the Astros took a 6-0 lead. It was the first time Southwest DeKalb had trailed in a game since opening night. But the Panther offense responded with a 90-yard drive, but it ended with no points as a field goal attempt was botched. On the next Panther possession, Carter found time and threw a 20-yard scoring strike to Micah Hall. The extra point was blocked, and this one was dead even at the half, 6-all. Douglas took the lead in the third quarter on a 23-yard touchdown run by Terrence Barlow, but it did not last long as Bam Bam raced 40 yards for the tying score on the first play of the fourth quarter. Douglas answered 4 plays later as Jamal Lewis scored on a 47-yard scamper to put the Astros ahead by 6. The Douglas defense forced the Panthers to punt, and then Lewis struck again to set up another touchdown that put Douglas ahead by 2 scores with just under 7 minutes to go. Carter and the Panthers' last 2 chances were intercepted by the Astros. The Panthers fell for the first time this season, 25-13, and it looked like the region title was out of reach. The Panthers took advantage of an early Dunwoody fumble to bounce back in Week 9 with a win over the Wildcats. Quincy Carter ran for both scores, and the Southwest defensive front 4 dominated in the muddy field conditions. The Panthers were led by extra-large defensive tackle Melvin Ritchie, and they shut down Dunwoody 14-6. In the final regular season game, Southwest tuned up for the playoffs with a 41-10 win over Tri-Cities. In round 1 of the playoffs, the Panthers put together a total game and dominated early. Senior wideout Micah Hall scored on a reverse, and Arvin Richard ran for 2 scores. The Southwest DeKalb defense tuned up for the state playoffs by holding Stone Mountain to a minus 32 yards rushing. The Panthers shut out the Pirates 35-0. First up at McEachern, Quincy Carter's sneak put the Panthers up 21-0, and Darren Cochran's interception and splendid return led a Southwest defense that shut McEachern down for 3 quarters. Southwest held on 28-21. Southwest DeKalb had to hit the road again, this time to Athens to play Clark Central in the always dreaded Death Valley. The Panthers were 0-3 on previous trips to the Valley, and this Gladiator team was riding an 8-game winning streak. Before the smoke could clear from the pre-game fireworks, the Southwest offense exploded on a 14-play drive, with Gerald Dennis giving his team a 7-0 lead. On the Panthers' next possession, they gambled on a 4th and 3, and Quincy Carter found a wide-open Richey head for a first down that set up another score. The SWD defense shut out the Gladiators for the first 3 quarters, and Melvin Ritchie blocked a punt for a safety. Moments later, Quincy Carter found his new playoff target, Richey Head, for 6 points and a 35-0 Panther lead. Backup quarterback Mike Moran put the game away with the keeper, and Southwest survived Death Valley with their best game of the year. It was another big road win as the Panthers rolled over the Glides 44-21. For Southwest DeKalb, it was another trip to Atlanta's Mammoth Georgia Dome, a place they had never won. The Panthers lost there in last year's Final Four playoff game, but this Southwest team had grown up together. It was a unified bunch that arrived at the Georgia Dome in good health, and these Panthers arrived with an attitude to just find a way to win. Southwest DeKalb was matched up against another football powerhouse, Warner Robins, who came in ranked #1 in the state and #4 in the nation. The Demons entered the Dome with a perfect 12-0 record and the state's best-ranked defense. Two of the state's best teams were set to battle before an enthusiastic crowd of 35,000. Warner Robins revved up the wing T offense on their opening drive and was looking to take an early lead before linebacker Darren Cochran stepped in front of a Mike Dixon pass and stopped a Demon drive. Led by their big bruising fullback Gerald Dennis, the Panther offense was on the prowl, and Angelo Taylor's elusive running gave SWD a 1st and goal on the 3. Arvin Richard gave the Panthers an early 7-0 lead, and it remained that way until half. Coach Frank Yancey's attacking 46 defense came out in the second half with the same intensity, and the special teams hitting matched it. Linebacker Marquez Benton blitzed and came through untouched to level Dixon and jar the ball loose, and Carlos Stiggers pounced on it. Southwest could not take advantage of this excellent field position, and Abdul Rashad's field goal was blocked. With 3 minutes to go in the game, the Demons went for the 6, and super sophomore Rashad Walker made an incredible leaping interception in the end zone. Warner Robins refused to quit, and on their last drive, junior safety Terrence Trammell was back deep waiting to break on an errant pass. The Panthers' hard-fought 7-0 win was a true test for a team that kept improving each week. This Southwest DeKalb team conquered the Demons in the Dome, but more importantly, this victory put them one step closer to their ultimate goal, the state championship.
We thank you for the ability, we thank you for the anointing that you've given them, we thank you for the promise at the beginning of the year that they would be state champions. And so now, God, give us the power to execute.
A standing room-only crowd of 17,000 fans jammed into DeKalb Memorial Stadium for the state championship game between Southwest DeKalb and Parkview. The Panthers from Gwinnett County came in with a perfect 14-0 record, and they stuffed Southwest's running game on the first series. Parkview's first 2 plays went to their all-state running back, Brent Milliken. On 3rd and goal from the 6, Marquez Holmes gambled on a blitz and sacked John Myers for an 8-yard loss. This big play forced a Parkview field goal, but the Panthers made a huge mistake, running into the kicker, giving Parkview a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. 2 plays later, Milliken took it in for a 7-0 Parkview lead. the Panthers' second drive, they unleashed several of their weapons. Arvin Richard busted off right tackle for 9 yards. Quincy Carter threw a strike to Fred McCrary for 15. And Bam Bam ran hard for 7 more. The offensive line allowed the dangerous Carter plenty of time, and he hit McCrary for another Panther first down. The Panthers then were called for clipping, and on the next play, Carter underthrew Richard, and Milliken picked it off to stop a Southwest drive. Parkview held a 7-0 lead after 1 period, and their offense continued to roll as John Myers fooled the Southwest defense and threw back to Ainsley Battles for a huge gain. This play almost went for 6, but Cortez Allen recovered to just push Battles out of bounds. Parkview moved to a 1st and goal, and they ran into the arms of Tyrone Blackwell. A costly penalty of too many men on the field pushed Parkview back to the 21-yard line, and on the next play, big Melvin Ritchie stopped Milliken for no gain. On 3rd down, big play man Darren Cochran stormed in and dropped Myers for a gigantic loss. After a missed field goal, Coach Buck Godfrey could breathe a little easier. When Southwest DeKalb got the ball, Carter went up top to his tight end, Riche Head, for 2 first downs. Seconds later, Bam Bam broke loose. This little man with a big heart dodged a would-be tackler and outran the Parkview secondary for a 43-yard touchdown to tie the game at 7. The game remained tied at the half. On the second half kickoff, Chad Myers set the tone by beating his man and dropping Matt Pointer inside the 20-yard line. And on 3rd down, Myers sacked Parkview for a loss. On the Panthers' first possession in the second half, the dive option worked to perfection as Carter, Richard, and Dennis kept the chains moving with a solid ground attack. Carter drove the Panthers to the 20 before his second interception stopped a good drive. The Southwest defense held, but the Panthers gave the ball right back when Carter scrambled and the ball came loose. The game was dead even at 7 entering the fourth quarter, but the Southwest attacking defense was controlling the game. On a big third down play, defensive captain Cortez Allen stormed into the backfield and stopped Milliken for a no gain. On a crucial fourth down play, Parkview went up top and misconnected as Milliken dropped a ball that was right on the money. Southwest took over on downs and started their first possession of the fourth quarter on its own 29-yard line. And on this drive, the offensive line of Michael McLean, Sean Thomas, Kerry Brown, Nihilus Foster, and Darrell Dupree dominated the line of scrimmage and opened huge holes for Dennis, Carter, and Bam Bam. This 11-play, 71-yard drive was a thing of beauty. It was power football at its best, and it ended with the go-ahead score when Gerald Dennis exploded off right tackle for a 16-yard touchdown. Dennis could have run this one all the way back to Southwest DeKalb, but the game was far from over. 5.5 minutes remained for Parkview to try to come back. Brett Milliken broke loose on their first play for 20 big yards, but the maturing Southwest DeKalb defense never gave up. Darren Cochran came up with another big play, this time dropping Milliken for a 5-yard loss. Chad Myers and Marquez Holmes broke up a third down pass and put Parkview in an all-important fourth down and 13 yards to go with only 3 minutes left to play. Junior safety Terrence Trammell came up with another game-saving interception and returned it 40 yards. Now, all the Panthers had to do was run out the clock, and they did just that. Carter rolled out for a huge first down, and 3 plays later, the Q-man scrambled for another first down to run out the clock, and the Southwest DeKalb Panthers were the state champions. This state championship was special because it was for all the Panther teams that came so close. It was for the community and the school which supports this football program every year. The 1995 Southwest DeKalb team will always be remembered as the one that won the big one and brought home the title to head coach Buck Godfrey and his dedicated coaching staff. Southwest DeKalb, state champions in 1995. It has a nice ring to it.